Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round 6 of the World Online Racing Championship Dirt Midget Tour presented by Mr. Ocean CM3882 on YouTube. Check them out. We are here at the Lakeland National, sponsored by Limeaid Media this evening for 25 lap feature here at the beautiful USA International Speedway. Very challenging and technical track here for the drivers. We will have some heat racing format for this evening. And first up, we have the guys gridding up here for the first heat. So let's go over the starting grid there. We've got Anthony Woodhull on pole, John Canizaro Jr. second, Jay Mulder third, Joey Hintz in fourth, Ryan Martin in fifth, Brayson Collins in sixth, Aaron Griffin in seventh, Christian Visconti in eighth, Brody Graham in ninth, and Keelan Belsha in 10th. That'll wrap it out here for our first heat starting grid. And let's check in with the drivers here as they get ready to start this first heat race. We'll jump into the format for this evening. We will have 8-lap heats this evening. Top 4 will advance in that heat race there. And then we'll also have a B main, which will be 12 laps. And then a main event there, which will be 25 laps. And the top 20 drivers will advance. I believe we are going to send at least one driver home this evening. I think we have 21 in the server currently. So top 20 will make it through to the 25 lap feature. All right, we'll see what these guys can do here in the first heat as they start the pace lap here. John Canizaro Jr. in that number 17 machine up high there, the white car. We've got Anthony Woodhull there on the bottom, and Woodhull ran, I believe, the fastest lap in practice there in that 060. So we'll see what he can do here from pole on a already very slick track here. As you can see, the whole bottom lane is slicked up, but we'll see what they can do here as the lights are off the pace truck. One more time around, actually. Sorry. Figured since it was a bigger track, we would only do one lap, but that is not the case. We're going to do two laps. So they'll go around one more time here. Got a lot of fast drivers in the field here. We've got Jay Mulder. We've got Ryan Martin, who we know is quick out there. We've got Brayson Collins as well. Christian Visconti ran some very good practice laps and even set a good qualifying time there. We've got Aaron Griffin. He's currently in 8th there, starting in 8th, and Brody Graham there in 9th. So a lot of fast drivers here in this first heat race. 8 laps and top 4 advance to the feature. The rest will have to race their way in the B main. And the lights are off. They coming to the line here. Going to take the green flag. And looks like the outside lane gets going quicker there as they head down into turn 1 for the first time. Oh, we've already got a car upside down. That looked like Keelan Belsha, or Brody Graham, sorry. That was Brody Graham flipping around. We'll catch that in just a minute, but these top 4 here are battling it out. Joey Hintz has moved up into 2nd place. Canizaro currently in the lead, but Anthony Woodhull there in that blue and black 060. He's currently in 3rd, looking to gain back that 2nd place. Right behind him, Jay Mulder in that 51 machine. He's coming quickly there. He's going to be all over the back bumper here of Woodhull as they go down into turn 3 and 4. And it looks like Woodhull here looking on the inside of Hintz as they come out of turn 4 for the 2nd time. Going to cross the line with 6 to go this time around. And we see Woodhull going to go to the bottom, try a slider. Oh, that is the 51. Multiple things happening there. Looks like the 51 of Jay Mulder upside down. And Joey Hintz there got caught up in that as well. So that moves Woodhull up into 2nd. Ryan Martin in 3rd, but he is in one heck of a battle here between these other 2 drivers. That's Brayson Collins in the number 5 pink, white, and black machine. And then, of course, we've got Joey Hintz. And, oh, that is our race leader into the wall. Sorry, trying to catch up. That was Canizaro Jr. Oh, we got to go back and catch that real quick. Let's see what happened. He was almost 2 seconds ahead here. And looks like he just clipped the outside wall by himself. Oh, no, that is disastrous. So these three are still duking it out. Oh, we've got another one in the wall. That's going to be Hintz. So that's going to move Brayson Collins up into third. Ryan Martin there in the green and gray machine in second. And Anthony Woodhull checking out about 2 seconds ahead here with 4 to go. And then Aaron Griffin there in the 29. He is currently in fourth. So it looks like it's just a battle between these 4 drivers. All 4 are going to make it into the feature. So all they have to do is survive this final few laps here as they're going to come to the line and take 2 to go. And we see that gap starting to fall down between Woodhull and Martin. So we just saw Woodhull down there on the bottom side, probably testing out the bottom side of the track there for the feature. And looks like Martin gained about 0.8 that last lap, not gaining this lap. So Woodhull here is going to come to the line, take 1 to go, take the white flag here in heat number 1. And I think with the racing line the way it is, all drivers up toward the top there, I think we're going to see some mayhem tonight. If this heat race showed us anything, gave us a preview, we saw multiple drivers getting into that outside wall. But Anthony Woodhull is going to survive here, take home the victory in heat 1. Ryan Martin coming home in second, and Brayson Collins coming home in third. So good job by him. All 3 of these drivers, and the 4th one here, Aaron Griffin, will finish it out in 4th, and they will advance straight to the feature. All right, we'll bring up our starting order here for heat number 2. We've got Brandon Sampson on pole, Winston Deal in second, Caden Butler in third, Mason Coffey in fourth, James Barrett Jr. in fifth, Caden Folkerts in sixth, Cameron McHone in seventh, Paul Granata in eighth, and Shane DiMontova there in ninth. That'll do it for your starting order for heat number 2 this evening. And real quick, while they are doing their opening pace laps here, we know that it is 2 laps now, so we got a bit of a time to kill. So we'll check in with the point standings currently heading into round 6 of an 11-round series here. Darren Stark, currently your points leader. Aaron Trotter in second, Ryan Martin there in third, and you can see the points gap between 1 and 2, not very large, so going to be a great battle there. Mason Coffey in fourth, James Barrett Jr. in fifth, David Shane sixth, Brayson Collins seventh, Cameron McHone eighth, Keelan Belsha ninth, and Christian Visconti. That rounds out your top 10 in the points. Right, pace lights are off the pace truck, so we'll get started here with heat number 2, 8-lap heat. Top 4 advance straight to the feature this evening, and the rest will have an opportunity to race their way in the B main. I believe we'll be sending 1 driver home this evening, as only the top 20 will advance and make it into the feature. 25-lap feature this evening here at the beautiful USA International Speedway, round 6 out of 11 here in the Dirt Midget Tour. And it looks like Brandon Sampson there is going to lead us down to the line. We're going to get heat number 2 started. Sampson in that red and white Valvoline car on the bottom, and Winston Deal in that yellow and black 002 there up top. And you can see the field way stacked up there. Already a little contact, got one in the wall. That looked like Granada into the wall there, but Winston Deal under major pressure here from Mason Coffey. And we'll see if Coffey's going to throw a slide job here down into turns 3 and 4. It looks like he is not going to make it. And now he's going to be under pressure there from Caden Butler there in that 811 machine. Caden was one of the fastest here in qualifying, but he's going to get caught up there as the Mason Coffey caused an incident there by getting into the wall. Going to collect multiple drivers. Looks like everyone's going to keep going except Mason Coffee. And it looks like our race leader there, Sampson, into the wall, and he is done for. So Winston Deal is going to take the lead here. And we're going to have to go back and watch that one because our race leader. And as soon as I did that, it looked like Winston Deal had some trouble. But here it is going into turn 3. Just over rotating. And oh, they make contact. And then that's going to do it there. And yes, looks like a catch up here. James Barrett Jr. has actually made it around Deal. Looked like Deal might have gotten into the wall there. So James Barrett Jr. now leading. Real quick, we'll go back and watch that pass for the lead. Yes, it looks like Winston Deal got into the outside wall, and that allowed Barrett Jr. just to go right around. These guys are struggling here with the track conditions this evening. Having to run all the way up against the wall there at USA. Very tricky. But we currently have 4 drivers still in the game here in heat number 2. Cameron McHone there in the 06 is currently 4th. Hayden Folkerts is in 3rd. Winston Deal there in 2nd as he is now caught up to the back of Barrett Jr. looking to make a move here as we have 3 to go. Let's ride on board Winston Deal here as he tries to make a pass for the lead. Oh, over rotates the car right there. It's going to be a slow turn for him, so he may even come under pressure here for second. Two more laps here remaining in heat number 2. James Barrett Jr. starting to run away with it here. 2.2 seconds separates him in second place. Winston Deal. He's going to come around the line here and take 1 to go this time around. And Folkerts here in 3rd place in that 01. Starting to catch up to second place, but doesn't look like he's going to have enough time to make anything happen. And, oh, we see a mistake out of Winston Deal, so anything could happen here in the final turn. Barrett Jr. is going to cross the line. He's going to take home the win, but we'll stay here for this battle for second. Yes, Winston Deal not able to get the car to rotate there. And that is going to do it. He's going to slide back into 3rd, and Caden Folkerts is going to make a last lap, last turn pass for second place. And Cameron McCone there will come in 4th, and those 4 drivers will advance to the feature. Actually, looks like they are not going to do the B main this evening because they had exactly enough drivers after 1 left. So they're all 20 drivers currently in the server are just going to advance straight to the feature. So that means 3-minute warm up here, and then we'll jump straight into our 25 lap feature event this evening. right, that'll do it for the 3-minute warm-ups, and now they will grid up for our 25-lap feature race this evening. Let's pull up the starting grid. We have Winston Deal on pole, Brayson Collins in second, Caden Folkerts in third, Ryan Martin in fourth, James Barrett Jr. in fifth, Anthony Woodhull in sixth, Aaron Griffin seventh, Cameron McHone in eighth, Christian Visconti in ninth, Brandon Sampson in 10th, Joey Hintz in 11th, Caden Butler in 12th, and in 13th we've got John Canizaro Jr., Paul Granata in 14th, Jay Mulder in 15th, Mason Coffey in 16th, Brody Graham in 17th, Shane DeMontova 18th, and Keelan Belsha there rounding it out in 19th place. So 19 drivers here in the field for our feature event this evening. And we've just got a comment from one of the drivers out there. That'll be the 04 of Paul Granata. Looks like he doesn't have much confidence in himself this evening and says he's only going to make it about one lap here this evening. It looks like a very difficult and technical track here in these dirt midget cars at USA International Speedway. So we expect, if the heat races have told us anything, we expect a lot of drivers here to struggle, and we might see a lot of upsets, and we may even see a new winner here this evening. It may be just a race of survival here. We're going to see Winston Deal there in that 002 yellow Jegs dirt midget there. He's going to be on pole. He's going to lead us down to the green flag. Brayson Collins there in that purple, white, and black car on the outside. He's going to be in second. Who's going to win the race down into turn one? We've seen the high line be preferred here, and we've seen a lot of guys struggle trying to do a very low entry, try to do a slide job here. A lot of people with the slick track there on the bottom over rotating the car, and we've seen a lot of guys get into the outside wall there trying to ride that cushion. So it's anybody's race here this evening. We'll see who can survive all 25 laps. That'll be the name of the game. But Winston Deal here going to lead us around to the green flag as we start round 6, 25-lap feature here at USA International Speedway. Green flag is out. Bottom lane not getting going at all. So Brayson Collins, we've got multiple cars in the wall there. Oh, that looks like Joey Hintz and the 811 of Caden Butler involved. And it looks like the 04. Oh, no, that is Paul Granata. Oh, man. Just based on his comment there, he didn't even make it one lap, unfortunately. But hopefully he can get that car turned around there and going again. Let's go back and, wow, multiple things happen there. So let's check out Brandon Sampson there in the 967. I believe it started with him as the green flag was out. Actually, we saw the 811 hit the wall first, but totally unrelated accident there. So we've got two different things happening, so it doesn't look like he has too much damage. Let's go watch Paul Granata here. We'll ride on board with him as he starts, see what happened to him. Oh, the 811 gets into the wall, comes right down into him. He just has nowhere to go. Right, so let's watch it here. The 811 on the outside going to get into the wall there as soon as they got into the throttle. And then, oh, looked like Canizaro Jr. there caught the car, but doesn't look like any damage happened. But, wow, we've got multiple cars already out this evening, and we haven't even made it one lap. But out of all of that, Brayson Collins actually moved up into the lead because we saw Winston Deal just not able to get going there on the bottom side. These dirt midget cars, when you get into the throttle and the car is not set properly, it'll do what you just saw there, where we saw a car just drive straight into the wall as the left rear had all the weight on it. So as soon as he hit the throttle, the thing just made the right front jump up in the air and head toward the wall. And I believe the restarts here this evening will be single file, so that should help the drivers out here in these very difficult cars to get restarted. So they will line up single file. Pace lights are off the pace truck, so we'll get going green here officially again here with 21 to go at the line. Looks like Hintz, Butler, DeMontova, McCone, and Belsha are all out. Paul Granada scored a lap down right now, and Brody Graham is currently out as well. So Brayson Collins in the number 5 going to lead us to the line there. He's going to get started, and you can see these guys, all the cars just shooting up toward the wall. Already got one in the wall. That is Caden Folkert's going to flip around. And we've got another one up in front of him. Already trying to figure out who that was. Oh, that is Mason Coffey. Oh no, disaster for him. That is a very fast driver. He cannot get that car flipped around. So he will probably be done for the evening. Oh, he does get it going. Now that was impressive. I will say he got it flipped around by himself. Not going to go a lap down as long as he can stay. Yep, Brayson Collins right behind him there. So Coffee shouldn't go a lap down, but sometimes iRacing doesn't like it if the pace car passed you. So we'll just have to see where iRacing scores him. So let's go back here. Looked like Caden Folkerts was the first one to get into the wall. He's in that 81 machine there. Going to tag the wall right there. Make contact with Coffee. That's what upset Coffee's car. Sent it straight into the outside wall. And then looked like Granada also got into him. Well, let's right on board Coffee here. As you can see, the 811 there getting into the wall. Clips his right rear. And then from there, he just flips over. All right. Hopefully the drivers can settle down here and get a good, clean restart this time around. Looks like we'll have about 17 to go once we get restarted. Haven't really had many green flag laps here this evening, as the restarts have been brutal on these guys. But we'll see here if they can straighten it out and get some good racing here for the remainder of the laps. Brayson Collins certainly still in the lead there. Ryan Martin in second. Winston Deal still in third there. Anthony Woodhull in fourth. And James Barrett Jr. there round out your top 5. Some very fast drivers there, all in the top 5. So want to see what they can do here under some longer green flag runs. And then also Canizaro Jr. there has worked his way back up through the field. 7 positions gained. So he currently sits in 6th place there. But they're going to get going this time around. Pace truck is off. Brayson Collins going to lead us down to the line. Ryan Martin in second. Winston Deal there in third. And looks like maybe everybody's going to survive. We see James Barrett Jr. there making a move on the outside of Woodhull. That is for 4th. But no, he's going to get into the wall there. And going to lose at least a couple positions as John Canizaro Jr. is making that bottom work. Look, he's going to go straight up into 2nd place there in one turn. Amazing stuff there. We'll see if he can make that bottom stick here in turns 1 and 2, where it is not the preferred line. But these guys are putting on a great show here as Winston Deal on the outside. Canizaro Jr. going to keep on going there on the bottom. We'll see what Deal, Barrett, and Woodhull here can do on the outside. Ryan Martin starting to slip back there through the field. He's currently back in 7th. And you can see they're running right up against the wall there. Right rear touching the wall as they go around the turns. And looks like they're starting to make that outside line work as Canizaro Jr. is not able to clear 2nd place. We'll see if he can get a good run down the front straight here. Still not clear. He's going to stay down on the bottom. And I like what he's doing down there. The only driver to run around the bottom so far is our leader, Brayson Collins, is now under pressure from Winston Deal. Oh no, we've got Ryan Martin bringing out our 3rd caution here. And let's take a look at what happened. Just gonna go in too hot there and kiss the wall, and it's gonna flip him over, unfortunately. We'll see if he gets it flipped back around like Mason Coffee did earlier. And doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it. So he's going to tow it back to the pits there. His evening will be done as we're winding down the laps here. About 10 to go when we get going green. But Brayson Collins currently still holding on to the lead there in that number 5 machine. Winston Deal worked his way up there to second. John Canizaro Jr., the man of the hour there, making up 3 positions in 1 turn by going on that bottom lane. I'm going to go back and see if I can find an exact replay of that. I think this is it right here. Yeah, we'll see him come down the back straight here, go into turn 3, and just stick it on the bottom. And you can see those guys battling up in front of him there, and he's just going to roll right into second place there. So amazing move by him. All right, pace lights are off the pace truck, so we'll get going green again this time around. 10 to go at the line once we get restarted. Brayson Collins still out front. Winston Deal in second, and the very fast John Canizaro Jr. there in third. All right, the pace truck's going to pull off this time around. And Brayson Collins bring it home with the win here this evening as he's going to lead us to the green flag. He's been getting great restarts all night long. We'll see if he can do it again. Launches off the line there. Oh, we see Barrett Jr. back there struggling to get going. He's going to fall back a couple positions. Winston Deal going to collect the outside wall. No, is he going to be able to save it? He's up into the fence, and that will bring out our fourth caution of the evening. So that is bittersweet for Brayson. I know he wants to see the yellows because that means just fewer green flag laps he has to run there. But as a league administrator, I know he always wants to see some green flag racing happen. So unfortunate mistake there by Winston Deal. And let's go back and take another look. You can see that yellow Jegs car on the outside there. Going to go in, try to catch the cushion. Just too hot. Going to collect the outside wall. And then from there, he's just along for a ride. Very good driving by all the rest of the drivers not to get into him there. So that was good. We'll see. I don't think he was able to get it flipped back around. No, he was not. So he'll tow it back to the pits, and his night will be over. Let's check in. Biggest mover right now is the number 52, Mason Coffee. He is up 11 positions since the start of the race this evening. Currently scored in 5th. But John Canizaro Jr. also up 11 positions, I just noticed. And he's currently in 2nd. So we'll see if he can bring a challenge there to Brayson Collins for the lead, as we will get restarted. 2 more to go here under caution. That'll put us 6 laps to go once we take the green flag. All right, pace lights are off the pace truck. It's going to pull off this time around. Brayson Collins going to lead us down to another restart here. 6 to go once we take the green flag. Can he hold off the very fast Canizaro Jr., or is Woodhull back there in third? Is he going to pull out a surprise here as they come down? Going to take the green flag. Everyone getting a good start there. Make sure to stay out of the outside wall. Looks really nice and tidy back through here. As you can see, the 060 there looking to make a move for a second is Canizaro Jr. there back on the bottom side, seeing if he can make it work. You can see he's going to hug the bottom there and actually come out side by side with Brayson Collins. And oh no, we've got our 5th caution. Looks like Anthony Woodhull involved in that one. That was our 3rd place driver, just going to come in too hot here, I believe. No, he's actually going to make contact with Barrett Jr. and just going to spin him around there in the track. Let's go back and try to catch another angle there. You see Barrett Jr. there just go up to the inside. And I guess Barrett Jr. expected Woodhull to be a little bit higher up the track, and I bet Woodhull expected Barrett Jr. to be a little bit lower. Both going for the same piece of track there. And it looks like Woodhull is going to get the short end of that stick and fall all the way back to 10th place. All right, so we're going to have a green-white checkered attempt here, I believe. Only get 2 of those this evening, so they've got to make it work or we will end under caution. But Brayson Collins is so far held on to the lead here with these great restarts he's been getting. But Canizaro Jr. is determined to make that pass on the bottom side. We'll see if he can do it. You'll only have 2 laps to do it once we resume racing here at USA International Speedway. Round 6 of the World Online Racing Championship Dirt Midget Tour, presented by Mr. Ocean CM3882. And also special thanks to Limeaid Media for sponsoring this week's race. All right, this will do it here. Pace lights are off the pace truck. It'll go down away and we'll get started here for our hopefully final restart of the race. They'll have 2 to go at the line. Can Brayson Collins hold off Canizaro Jr.? That is the question. Or is Mason Coffey going to come in with an upset here? Worked his way back up to 3rd. 2 laps will determine who comes home victorious here. Brayson Collins going to lead us around to the front here to the green flag. And he's going to get a good launch there. We already see Mason Coffey up on the high side. Canizaro Jr. there on the bottom. Oh, and we've got the 967 there of Sampson looking to make a move on Canizaro Jr. Looks like he's going to get it done as he moves up here into 3rd. Brayson Collins so far holding off Coffey. He's going to come down to the white flag here. But Coffey is right on his tail as they go through turns 1 and 2 for the final time. Canizaro Jr. there on the bottom side trying to make that bottom work. Currently in 3rd. He does move up into 2nd there as they head into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Brayson Collins up top. Mason Coffey right behind him. Canizaro Jr. is going to actually come across the line in front of Collins there. That was a photo finish. We'll have to go back and get another angle of that. Canizaro Jr. there with the upset. And you can see here as they come down toward the line, Canizaro Jr. right there just edging out Brayson Collins by, I believe it was 4/100ths of a second. And Mason Coffey almost coming home with 2nd position there as he went to the outside. Just an awesome run there towards the end. Let's pull up the official results this evening. John Canizaro Jr. taking home the win. Brayson Collins coming home in 2nd. Mason Coffey in third, James Barrett Jr. fourth, Brandon Sampson fifth, Jay Mulder in sixth, Paul Granata in seventh, Christian Visconti in eighth, Aaron Griffin in ninth, and Anthony Woodhull in 10th. And that'll do it for your top 10 this evening. And we'll try to get a word here with our top three for some interviews. All right, we'll bring in third place driver this evening. We've got Mason Coffey up here in the booth with us. Hey, Mason, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Hey, man, congratulations on that third place finish there this evening. You put on a heck of a show toward the end. Thought you were going to get second place there at the line, but it looked like Brayson Collins just a little bit in front of you. But got to ask, these cars looked really difficult to drive here at the track. What was your strategy going into it, and how did you survive?
It was definitely hard to survive. Stepped on my pecker in the heat race. And then for 2 weeks in a row. Then had to start in the back. It's real. That track's all about throttle control, really. That's all it
Gotcha.
is.
Yeah, that's what we saw there, and it looked very difficult to run that high line. We saw a lot of drivers making mistakes getting into the wall. Only saw a couple drivers able to make it work on the bottom. Did you go down to the bottom any during the feature?
No, I didn't. I didn't think the bottom was gonna work at all.
Gotcha. Well, you made it work for you. You got all the way back up to third there this evening. Great finish from you. While you're here, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Darren Stark for letting me on his team, pushing the cushion, DSR setups, T46 graphics, and that's it.
All right. Well, congratulations on the third place finish, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again next week.
Yep.
All right, that'll do it for third place driver there, Mason Coffey this evening. Now let's get a word with our second place driver this evening. We've got Brayson Collins up in the booth. Hey, Brayson, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, so long time overdue. First time getting to talk to you up here. Heck of a race you put on. I'm sure it's not where you wanted to finish there as you led most of the laps, but great battle there between you and Canizaro Jr. there in the final, and Mason Coffey, by the way, final few laps. But got to ask, what was going through your mind there as you saw the cautions kept coming out? You thought maybe, hey, I'm safe. I've only got to do a couple green flag laps, and then you knew you only had to hold on there for one more run. What was going on through your mind there?
I can't drive a midget for my life, okay? So that was the fact that I was able to keep getting those cautions kind of helped me. Although I really wanted to see some green flag racing, and the little bit we got in the middle was pretty fun with Winston and John, and Winston trying to throw a slider on me, and just some good old fun. But uh, yeah, I was just hoping to hold on, and then that last two laps, I thought John had lost it, and coming into three, I noticed him moving to the bottom, but I thought Mason was the guy I should have been worried about. And coming off of four, I was coming down off the track a little bit, just try to give myself some room off the wall, and all of a sudden I heard a car inside, and I looked down and I knew it was over. And so that part kind of sucked, but it was fun racing with John there. He can work the bottom really well. He's always been a really good bottom feeder type guy in WORC, so he's always been one of those guys that you have to look out for when a track comes slick like this, because back when we were in our late model series, John was always a guy. If you want to know if that bottom lane was working, you went and looked at John Canizaro. So unfortunately, I stayed at the top. I probably should have moved to the bottom in 3 and 4, but honestly, I didn't think John would get that much of a run. That was a crazy run for him, and he's always been fast. So sucks that I let it all but the last lap, but was still a pretty good run for me otherwise, I'd say.
Yeah, and you guys put on one heck of a show there, in the middle of the race and there at the end as well. Gave the viewers exactly what they wanted to see. But you're gonna come home second, and you've always got we're in round 6. You've got 5 more rounds remaining. I'm sure you've got a W in there for you somewhere. But while you're here, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, today's my mom's birthday, so I guess happy birthday to my mom. Um, let's see. Dark Horse Racing with Justin Haley, Quentin Haley, Kaz Gralla, Ryan Ayers, JP Designs, EVC Automotive, uh, trying to think of everything here. Belfour Property Restorations, uh, iRacer95 on Twitch. Mr. Ocean Sim 3882 on YouTube, the Keystone Corner on Twitch, and then thanks to the other admins here in WORC, Paul, Henry, Christian, Blake, Josh. They do a good job trying to manage things, and the midget series has been a little rough, but they've been doing good with it, and they've been able to sub in the couple times I've been able to miss this season. Thank you to everyone who's joined WORC so far and raced with us. It's been pretty fun through all three of our series, and we've had some close finishes. We've had some exciting racing, some good battles. So thank you to the drivers, because the drivers make the league, other than, of course, the admin team helping run it. So thank you to the sponsor for tonight, Limeaid Media. That's Tyson Gifford. He's been a big help in WORC lately. He makes some of our graphics for us and stuff like that. So good to have Tyson with us. Other than that, I think that's it. Thank you for broadcasting, Kevin. It's been fun having you around here, and hopefully I get to come back up here and talk to you again.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. And next time you're going to be the winner when we talk. That's our deal. So, but anyway, congratulations on the run here this evening, and just great racing overall. And looking forward to chatting with you in the future.
For sure, man. Thank you for having us.
All right, that'll do it for second place driver there, Brayson Collins. Now we'll try to get a word with the man of the hour. We've got John Cannizzaro Jr. up here in the booth. Hey, John, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
Howdy, Kevin. I do.
Hey, man, I know what you're probably thinking, but I'm going to remind you anyway. You're probably thinking, man, I wish tonight was the night that Kevin put down that prize money for me doing a last lap, last turn move and not the street stock race last week, because you made it happen here this evening. It wasn't a bump and run, but it was a last lap, last turn pass for the lead on the bottom. Gotta ask you, man, how'd you do?
I mean, bottom feeding has always been something I've been known for in WORC. I did a lot during the super late model season, so it's just, if you do it better than everybody else, it's not a problem. Once people start catching on that you're doing it, and then they have to move somewhere else. But I mean, it hooked on the bottom. I had to be careful of the wall because I hit it twice and almost rolled it. But Brayson's no slouch up front. He's pretty quick usually when he's hooked up and not on his roof spinning like a top. So it's mostly luck. Everybody else in front of me wrecked. The rest of it, I could say it was talent.
Hey, we're going to call it talent because we saw some very, very, very fast drivers making some mistakes, ending their night early. You guys held on. You came home with the victory, and ultimately that's what matters here as we complete round 6 of the 11-round series. Let me just check where we go next week. We're headed, oh, Lord, we're going to Bristol next week.
No.
I have not seen the dirt midgets go around that track, but after what we saw tonight, I can only imagine it's gonna be even more fun for you drivers. So congratulations on the win again. While you're here, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I gotta give a thanks to Brayson because he lets me race here and hasn't booted me yet. Keyword there is yet. My father, I believe he is watching. Thank you for putting on the broadcast. I'll have to be a little extra nice to you, so I get to live on Monday nights. And yeah, it's really everybody there is.
All right. Well, again, congratulations there on the victory. And we'll look forward to hopefully talking to you again here in the distant future.
Thank you.
All right, that'll do it for our race winner here, John Cannizzaro Jr. with that last lap, last turn pass for the win. That is what we love to see here in these Dirt Midget series, presented by Mr. Ocean CM3882. That'll do it for round 6 here at USA International Speedway, heading to Bristol next week. You're going to want to tune into that one. That is going to be one wild card race there. So thanks everyone for tuning in here at Soak Tires Broadcasting, and we'll catch you next week.
I am Dark Bloom.